Love podcasts, hate nonsense. It's the PoliticsJOE podcast, ladies and gentlemen. The bitch is back.
He's back.
Did you miss me, fellas?
Yes. I think the audience did.
Did they?
Yeah. They were frustrated that it was just a two-person pod.
Really?
They were crying out for Doug Moore. More Doug Moore.
Is that true?
I don't know. I don't read all the comments the way that Ed does.
Wow.
It's a damning insight into my psyche. Just inflicting psychological comments. My flatmate asked me the other day, was like, "Oh, do you read the comments?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Is that a good thing to do?" No. You shouldn't read the opinion of hundreds of strangers about you.
Do you read every single one?
I think every single comment I read.
That drain opening outside is really bothering me.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got an open feud with a company.
Oh, do you?
Who come at 11 o'clock at night to fit Wi-Fi cables. And they take the drains up to do it.
Yeah, that's antisocial, isn't it?
Well, they're not meant to be doing it, but they get away with it because it's central London.
Why do you think you read every single comment? In case you're looking for one where someone says something nice about you.
It's vanity. Because the nice ones I'm like, "Oh, thank you." The ones I'm like...
And when you read a not nice one?
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
It's not great. So remember, people.
Remember the human.
Remember the human.
Hashtag be kind.
Hashtag be kind. Hashtag delete all the comments. Abusing Ed. Self-police as a community.
Do you not think that because you don't know who those people are, and therefore you don't respect them because you don't know who they are, that their opinion is meaningless?
I think there was a good example. Someone put on Twitter about this story about they had to spend ages on Reddit arguing with someone and quite I think they were seriously arguing about something. He then clicked on the user's profile and they were a really, really keen user of r/piss drinking. So, not everyone.
Fresh piss or old piss?
I don't know. I think, well, both are bad, aren't they?
But what, I mean, would you bottle it or do you mean
straight
just...
from the source?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sort of like one of those fonts that are in East London.
It's a very diluted blowjob.
Sorry, hang on. What?
Less viscous.
Sorry, piss drinking is like a blowjob.
Ed thinks that getting a blowjob is pissing in someone's mouth. We've been doing it for years.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No, I think there's a new trend, isn't there, where you sort of you let, rather than putting it in like a wine cellar, you put the bottles at the bottom of the sea. You familiar with that?
Sorry.
Of piss.
I'm still on piss.
No, wine.
Wine.
You
Yeah.
jump from wine.
Right, okay.
But you could try it with piss. I wonder what it would taste like.
I think the kink with piss is that it's fresh piss. I don't think it's
It's not old piss.
bottled. Because
It's
I don't
vintage.
think it's something that improves with time.
Ferments.
Well, you Philistine. You clearly have an unsophisticated palate.
Do you have any natural piss?
Biodynamic piss. Are you familiar with the suitcase full of piss test thought experiment?
No.
So,
We are so back.
I make it 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
There was legitimately for 2 weeks, there was none of this. It was really quite serious.
What did you guys talk about?
Blowjobs. No piss though.
No, but anyway, suitcase full of
Yeah,
piss.
so for example, if you were to do something that is morally wrong, but isn't technically illegal. So imagine you're about to go on holiday and you attend the airport and you're at security and your bag gets flagged, it goes through the thing and it's beep, 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 and you get to the bit where they open your suitcase up and inside the suitcase is just loose piss, right? There's just piss sloshing around in the suitcase.
You can't be doing that because that's over 100 millilitres.
Not if you check it.
Well, yes, I suppose technically in that sense. But although they've stopped doing that now at some airports, I don't know if you're across that.
Right.
Anyway, but that's not for the purpose of the thought experiment.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Okay.
There's nothing technically illegal about... Fucking hell. You're not wrong about how annoying that
I
is.
know.
I'm trying to tell a very serious story right now. There's nothing technically illegal about presenting yourself at an airport with a suitcase full of piss and saying, I want to take this on holiday with me.
Bin Laden pre 9/11.
Yeah, look, it's in a pre-9/11 world, sure. But that doesn't mean that it's morally acceptable to do that.
But then what's immoral about that? It's deviant. It's certainly deviant, but I don't necessarily think it's immoral.
I would say forcing someone to like search through your suitcase that's just an ocean of piss.
But it's not necessarily going to be searched.
Yeah, and you could argue that you're carrying piss at all times.
What's next? People with colostomy bags can't get on flights.
This is a personal.
You let him on with the colostomy bag. You're discriminating against me. It's just a bag of piss.
Like a carrier bag.
I don't like using public toilets.
It's an external bladder. This is in all of you.
My girlfriend's going to give me a blowjob later.
Did you genuinely not do this whilst I was away?
I don't think we did. I think we kept it.
No, we were
Serious?
We were all politics, no piss.
Someone observed that when it's just two of us, in any combination, it's just a lot more serious. About 3, something magic happens.
It's the magic number. Okay, well, would you like to do some politics?
No, piss.
Where do you think
Just
Saddam
pissed.
Hussein pissed when he was in the cave?
Up.
Because there was the fan in there.
So,
Wait, are you talking about Saddam when he was in like the thing in the ground?
Yeah. Because say he's in situ, pissing,
Yeah.
fan on.
Maybe it
Face
was
piss.
like
you wouldn't do it towards the fan. I think it'd be quite. There's no way he would like even tried that.
Do you have in your friendship circles like Snapchat stories or like a piece of content that is that lives like strong? Like in one of mine, there's one called Wine Tasting Gone Wrong, where it's like it's late 2015. It's real like halcyon days, young professional London. We haven't Brexited yet. The economy's not going great, but everyone's sort of getting by,
There's a lot
living
of
in
fintech.
Putney. Yeah, there's a lot of fintech going on. It's Silicon Roundabout Old Street vibes, right?
Yeah.
And there's maybe 10 to 15 young professionals in this like Battersea kitchen, and there's a sommelier, and they've all got these huge glasses, and they're all taking the aromas in and sampling wines and eating cheese. That's the start of the Snapchat. And then hard cut, next post in the story, and it's a man, butt naked, lying on like his back and shoulders with his legs in the air, with his mouth open, just pissing in his own mouth.
Why?
Wine tasting gone wrong. No, I think they just got drunk. And
It's Ed receiving a blowjob.
sorry. Yeah.
No,
It was
Ed giving himself a blowjob.
You're like the only man I know who can do that.
Marilyn Manson didn't need to take out 2 ribs.
Why
You can
they
just
all
piss in your own
tried?
mouth.
That was so. Look.
I can't believe we've got 10 minutes of piss content.
No, they're going to be fucking furious.
I think they'll be quite excited.
It's going to make my reading the comments really difficult.
Oh, just a bunch of sixth formers talking about piss.
Yes.
Go and watch The Rest is Politics.
That's the USP.
It's going to be on Channel 4.
The Pisscast.
No, not the Pisscast. Sorry, yeah, that's what Channel 4's election coverage is going to be. Rory Stewart and Alistair Campbell talking about populism and blah, blah, blah. What's PoliticsJOE doing? Pisscast.
Imagine how annoying our like election coverage is going to be for people. Or we're going to have to be on like absolute best behaviour for like...
We missed the exit poll.
How much piss do you think Rishi Sunak has?
Yeah. Schrodinger's piss. Does Rishi Sunak carry piss in his suitcase or not?
We should
How do
spread
we
that
know?
rumour.
Huh?
We should spread that rumour.
Yeah. That's perfect. Again,
I
that goes back
think-
to not right, not morally right, but not illegal. That we can spread that rumour.
Reckon Rishi Sunak wheeze sitting down.
What's wrong with weeing sitting down?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
No. I'm genuinely curious because
For men, it's deviant.
why is it deviant? Is it not just more? Is it? I don't know.
It's a
You have
special
to tell
treat
me.
once in a while.
Yes.
Doing it all the
Hungover.
time.
Bit hungover.
Doing it all the time is
Bit
just
hungover.
indulgent.
Bit hungover. Sit down, wee.
We have urinals. You can.
No, you still sit down in it.
Rishi Sunak sits down to wee but faces the cistern. because he's scared of falling in.
A friend of mine from school got a lifetime ban from the pub we used to go in because he took a shit in the urinal.
Why?
You know, like 18-year-olds, and you're just being a dickhead.
I think I'm on the pub side.
No, for sure. No, I'm not saying it was an illegitimate ban. I'm not saying it was an illegitimate ban. It was actually incredibly frustrating as well because if he was out, you couldn't go to that pub.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you mention this because on Friday I was at the Owl and the Pussycat in Shoreditch,
yeah.
and a man went to walk behind me into the ladies and was like, oh, but it's 2024. And I was like, absolutely, sir. Like, you know, we were having this little like back and forth, and he goes, I'll piss sitting down anyway. So it's just funny that this came up.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was...
Yeah, I wouldn't be going around telling people that.
Well, no, it was part of the...
Oh.
Part of the banter.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't think he does actually?
And then I said, well, I don't. He did not laugh. And I was like, that's funny.
I suppose you could just have a she-wee, couldn't you?
No, I don't think that's...
Do people do... Is that just a festival thing?
Even at a festival, I don't think it's a very practical thing to do.
How does it work?
It's like a funnel, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think, I think that you should be able to squat, really. I think it's...
We're 13 minutes in now.
Shit.
Right, okay, 10 more minutes of this. Rishi Sunak uses a shiwi.
I don't think that you get anything out of a shiwi that you don't get out of just squatting, you know?
Is it directional? Is that what it is?
Well, I don't know. Is your penis directional?
Yeah.
Well, so it sort
massively.
of works like that.
Yeah, so it is then.
Yeah.
It's like a compass.
Well, yours points to true north.
Yeah.
Yours is
It's magnetic.
or yours is not direct.
I'm always facing north.
Or it's like a cartwheel. When was the last wee you took sitting down?
After my stag do.
Oh,
That was a
really?
while ago.
It really is a treat for you then.
Yeah. No, it is. It's definitely a treat.
Yeah.
It can't be a lifestyle.
You didn't even treat yourself to it on your wedding day.
No.
We've not even introduced ourselves. which I've insisted on doing.
He actually has. He's been asking me a question, and then he goes, "Oh, sorry. In case you're new to this, this is Ava."
Yeah, I actually quite recently had a conversation. I think it might have been with Sean, actually, about making the podcast more accessible for people that haven't listened to a previous episode. And I like the fact that we had that conversation and I've just disregarded it entirely. And I haven't introduced either of you. I haven't set out the stories that we're going to talk about. We're just about to get to 15 minutes in and we're still talking about piss.
Yeah. And you wonder why the Pisscast is not prime time television.
We should have rebranded it to the Pisscast.
I quite like the Pisscast as a name.
Yeah, sure.
What about brand friendly?
Yeah, sure.
It was
Who
brand
would
friendly
sponsor it?
before we called it the Pisscast. We could sponsor it.
Yeah. Well, we've just signed it off for him.
Shiwi, no, because I've just said that I don't.
Yeah. Armitage Shanks.
I could get on with a Shiwi if you'd need me to.
Some like UTI medication.
UTI, right? Okay, so everything's
Cranberry
up.
juice.
Cranberry juice.
Oh, Ocean. What the fuck are they called?
Have you ever had a UTI?
No. Sounds awful. Have you?
No.
Why are we doing this?
We're catching up! Ocean spray. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
Which sort of goes right. Actually, there's a nice circle back. I think we've completed all of it now because it started with piss tasting, didn't it?
Yeah.
And ocean spray doesn't taste like piss.
Well, no, because he was talking about putting piss wine at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, of course he was. Nice.
Rwanda?
Yeah, I think Rwanda, yeah. Do you want to do intros? Probably.
If this is the first time you're... if somehow 15 minutes in you're still watching or listening and this is the first episode...
The first thing you've listened to and you've made it all the way through this so far, you are going to love the back catalogue. I tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
Free. You should check out the other episodes.
They're going to have a really great time.
You should start with our 4-hour extravaganza.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a good idea.
Not the first time we've spoken about pissing either.
When did we...
Shitting, pissing, kissing.
Oh, yeah. And fingering.
Was there fingering as well?
You told a fingering story off the back of the shitting, pissing and kissing.
That's a good story.
It's really funny. If you can find the shitting, pissing, and kissing episode, it's not called that. I reckon it's probably roughly like episode 15.
You know, there's a lot of views on our 4-hour podcast. There's a lot.
More than usual.
We went back and I actually have looked at the comments of those recently. Sean and I looked at them together, and a lot of them are about my nipples.
What? Really?
I think it was really cold in here. And we were all too drunk to notice. So there's that you could go and watch.
I'm glad I haven't looked at that, to be honest with you. I still, like, even just talking about it now, it makes me go a little bit cringe.
The podcast.
The boozy one, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Because we really
went
for it, yeah.
You don't look straight for a good hour. You're just like, the whole time you're like...
Glassy eyed.
I think it was when I was, like, demanding that Harry show me pictures of sharks.
Yeah, whale sharks.
Yeah.
Also, though, I don't know if we talked about this, but immediately after the records, on both our journeys home, we ended up talking to people who liked the podcast.
Yes.
Just blind drunk.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Did I fall asleep in a taxi? Yeah, I think I did.
I don't know how you both even tried to go on tube. I couldn't even walk out there.
Pushed home.
Yeah.
In a cart.
That'd be good, yeah.
That would be good.
Like a shopping trolley.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Didn't you get a black cab home?
Yeah. I got a black cab all the way home.
See, I got
Fucking hell.
When can I say I got a black cab home? Normal, fine, respectable. Where he lives,
Yeah.
obscene,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
It was obscene. Yeah, it was. It was bad. It was bad. And I didn't even stay conscious to appreciate appreciate the journey.
The glamorous journey through London.
Yeah. There is something quite nice about that. Like, you know, when you cross like one of the bridges
Oh, yeah.
in the back of a cab. Yeah.
Sometimes living in London, you do things and you're like, oh, this is cool. This is like, 16-year-old me would think this is a cool thing to be doing.
4-hour podcast, blind drunk.
Yeah, that actually as well. That's not necessarily just a London thing. I mean, like,
16-year-old you, like, in the past, been like, yeah, rock on,
Yeah.
brother.
What's the coolest thing that you've done in London recently?
Left it.
yeah.
That's one for the.
For the regional audience.
That's one for the 2% in Manchester.
Coolest thing.
This is really hard because whatever he says, he knows we're going to fucking rip the piss out of him for it.
Oh, remember, like when I said I'd been to Hackney, and you're like, no, you haven't.
Where did you go?
Where recently? What, the weekend? Cumbria.
What? What are we having a conversation, or are we just saying things?
I thought you asked me
You just
where I
said
went.
Hackney, and I said, where did you go?
Oh, in Hackney.
We were talking about London.
Sorry, I thought you were asking me.
Cumbria.
Sorry, I butchered that conversation. It's not great podcasting.
No, this is terrible. It's actually terrible.
Shite.
And we also have less time than usual.
Yeah.
Because we have to finish at 1:30. We have half an hour left now.
Okay, well, who's in charge?
Me. No, I'm loving it.
Fucking do something.
You know that I love doing this. You know that I love doing this.
What did you get up to in Cumbria?
I was on a stag do.
Yeah.
It was
I
good fun.
fucking love a stag do.
What were the chickens doing?
They lived there. They lived in that house.
Oh yeah.
We were staying in this big, massive house in a place called Castle Carrick, which is like 20 minutes from Carlisle, and it was just this big guest house essentially that slept 16 people. And there were just chickens roaming the garden. It was nice, a huge garden.
But you said they lived in the house.
Sorry, they lived at the house, not in the house.
Some of my friends at Aberystwyth Uni for an entire year had a pet chicken,
Really?
and they just put it in one of the rooms of the house.
Oh okay.
Never cleaned it.
That's
Right.
disgusting.
It was full of chicken shit.
Yeah. Why would an animal need cleaning out?
And then they checked out, handed the keys back to the landlord and just left one of the bedrooms. Just
Stop it. Where was the chicken?
With the chicken?
yeah, they took the chicken with them. Obviously, he's their boy.
But left the shit there.
But yeah, full of chicken shit. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
That's horrid.
Maybe landlords have a point.
You could say that chicken had been pissing, kissing, and shitting in there.
You could be saying that.
Pissing,
Do
shitting,
chickens
and clapping.
kiss?
They just peck. He's back. Podcasting's good again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rwanda.
How do you feel about that drain?
I love that they're still going. Whatever the fuck they're doing out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and I bet it's the same company.
Good on day's work.
If you're a company called JRM,
Wow.
I fucking hate you. I've written to Hackney Council about you 5,000 times.
5,000?
Yeah.
I get a bit, when you see someone who you follow for, I don't know, political opinions, or maybe they're interested in rewilding or something, and then every so often they'll be like, at
Thames Water.
Yeah, it is unacceptable that I have been debited £47 instead of 30. And they've done the thing where
So
it's like,
undignified.
I have a blue tick Twitter account with like 100,000 Twitter followers, so I am just going to mercilessly leverage this to get you to fix my customer service issue.
When someone
Just to
tries
be
to
clear,
get
are
out.
you
And-
slagging me off?
Yes,
next
because
to
you.
me?
Yes, exactly what I'm doing. Because you just used the podcast to fight your war with whoever the fuck JRM are
They suck.
about their Wi-Fi cable laying in the local area.
Can you imagine hearing that
Get some earplugs.
for 4 hours a night?
Get some earplugs.
Yeah, but the way that my flat is positioned, I'm basically inside the van.
What on earth does that mean?
Do you live in the car park?
Like the window's there, the van will be like there.
Right.
Right.
And did you not think your flat was next to a road?
I didn't think that they'd be inside drains at 3 a.m. when I rented that flat. I wanted noise of pubs and pub fallout and people fighting.
Oh.
I didn't want, oh my God, 2 guys on Friday night, for some reason, went in the front door of the building and then like banging on everyone's doors.
What?
It was mental. And they were shouting like, I'm going to shank you. And then so I was like, looking through the, like, yeah.
The spy hole.
And it was like 2 guys who like definitely worked as accountants wearing suits. And I was like, no, they won't. I went back to bed.
I'm going to shank you.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Doesn't sound the best.
Yeah, I think they were just being drunk and embarrassing.
By home invasion.
They just got through the front door and were like around the apartment block. Should we do Rwanda?
I really don't think we should.
No?
I think we've got good stuff to talk about.
Do you?
Yeah, I think all the topics are good.
Okay. We've got about 25 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah? We're going to do it?
Yeah.
I was sort of hoping we'd do the whole episode without actually talking about any of the stories that we wanted to talk about, but
Go on then.
no. That's selfish of me.
Rwanda.
I like these episodes.
Why don't you tell us about your holiday?
I think no. No, calling it. We need to, sometimes we do things for us, sometimes we do things for the audience. I think let's do them a favour. Let's.
No one is hung on if they don't, no one's
If
struggling through
they're
this.
here now, they're coming the whole way.
Yeah, but I think they would, especially because sometimes I always say the episodes where we just kind of chat are because it's quite like a slow news day. Today's not a slow news day.
Okay, but like when men are like, I would drag my balls over spiked nails, fire and glass just so Sydney Sweeney could piss in my mouth. It's that.
Sorry, please get it right. Just so I could give Sydney Sweeney a blowjob, please.
Right,
Get it right.
sorry. So it's like that, except it's loyalists listening to us chat absolute shit.
The PJF.
Yeah, simps. If you're still listening, I'm afraid you're a simp.
Yeah.
Have some self-respect.
This is terrible.
Ed's
This is a
reading your
terrible
comment
listen.
right now. Ed is currently reading your comment.
Crying.
No, I don't know if
So
I
it's-
agree
it's-
with you.
Fair.
It's their like, I would drag myself through 30 minutes of pissing, shitting and kissing chat just to hear one political opinion from Ollie Dugmore.
Some assessment. In fairness, you have another platform for that.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I actually think that dictates it. Because quite often you'll be like, no, we should talk about the politics. And I'm kind of like, well, I actually just want to shit talk for an hour.
You're like, I actually did that on my other part-time job.
Sorry. Sorry.
I was actually on the radio this
my
weekend.
other broadcast, so don't worry about that. No, let's do it. This isn't a dictatorship, clearly. And I value your opinion, Ed.
Yeah. Shall we kick on?
Okay, let's do Rwanda.
Excellent. You can't just you can't just abandon the duties.
You can.
No, let's do it. Ava, what's the latest with the Rwanda bill?
Well, it's being ping-ponged between the House of Commons and the House of Lords. And today, Rishi Sunak, after his big speech in number 9 Downing Street today, where he announced that he will absolutely stop the boats and those flights are going to take off, is going to make all of those people sit down and push that legislation through. So it could become law tonight. The bill could become a law this evening. Could be up for royal assent quicker than you know it. And that would mean that in 10 to 12 weeks' time, a flight to Rwanda could possibly take off. And it looks like there is one scheduled, or at least one penciled in. And I think it's around 4,000 people have been told that they are eligible for the Rwanda scheme. It's nice when they phrase it like that, because it's like you're going on a nice holiday, but actually you're going to Kigali. Which, by the way, Andrew Mitchell,
Deputy Foreign Secretary.
Is he?
Yeah, that's a new title.
Was it as of today?
As of something. Did he get moved from a different
I heard
post?
him on the broadcast round talking about it.
Did he? I thought he was just select committee.
Nick
but wow.
Ferrari called him DFS.
Okay, great. Well, anyway, so he said that Kigali is actually safer than London. That was his line this morning. So they're going to deport, basically, what they're going to do.
What are the criteria for that? Safer in what sense?
I
mean, in terms of recent genocides, you couldn't say that Kigali was safer than London, could
No,
you?
probably not. Human rights abuses?
Probably not that
Probably
either.
not that either. They're big ones. They're two big ones.
Could you imagine he's found like some really niche criteria? Like, there is less shoplifting in Kigali than London, therefore it's safer. Or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. The police are kinder in Kigali.
He left out.
These are kinder.
He was actually, it's road safety, but he just left the road out.
There are far
Right.
fewer traffic accidents.
You're far less likely to be caught for not having an MOT in Kigali.
What is it? Why? What criteria would it be that it's safer there? I mean, he wouldn't lie,
All
surely.
right, hypothetically, what's the population of London compared to Kigali? Because you think London's like
you
just south
wanna
of
do it
10
per
million.
capita?
Yeah, so maybe per capita. What is the population of Kigali? I'm going to feel, you're going to feel really stupid if per capita Kigali is actually safer than
Before Ava tells us, what do you think the population of Kigali is?
I'm going to say it is 2 million.
I'm going to go 1 million.
1.2 million, yeah. Ollie's closest. That means Ollie gets to piss in your mouth.
It's a day that ends in Y.
just so I get the syntax of this right. The person who's pissing in the other person's mouth,
Yep.
is the person doing the pissing, are they giving or receiving the blowjob?
Receiving the blowjob.
Oh, I
obviously.
thought you meant who's winning. Which is the preferred position?
So if you're having someone piss in your mouth, you're giving a blowjob.
Yep.
Right,
if you're
cool.
you're letting someone piss in your mouth, you're giving the blowjob.
Yeah.
Is that how you've been doing it before?
Glad we.
How are you supposed to? Don't know. Anyway. I like how Kigali exists as it is both supposed to be so dreadful that it's a deterrent to people attempting to cross the channel, but equally a really lovely place for them to go. So
Yeah.
it might actually become an attraction to cross the channel because
So
they
you can
might
get to Kigali.
Oh, free flight, free flight to Rwanda.
It's yeah, it's both at the same time, right? But even for a deterrent, for it to have a deterrent effect, you'd have to, for something to deter you from doing it, there has to be a realistic prospect that it's going to happen to you.
Yep.
And if you're only sending 300 people there, surely you're like, I'll take those odds, even if it's of the 4,000 that they've told are possibly eligible for
Yeah.
it. Those are still pretty good odds.
These are not really good odds.
I'd still probably take those odds.
1 in 10.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
Less of a
Better.
chance of going to Rwanda than you do of getting cancer.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, roll the fucking dice. Let's go.
Yeah.
Conversely, like the agreement they've done with Albania.
Yes.
Well, arrivals from Albania have stopped because, well, not stopped, but dramatically reduced. Because it's just, if you come from Albania, we're just going to send you back. Full stop. Everyone who comes, you're going back. So
No, but a lot of the people who are eligible for this are Albanian.
it has a deterrent effect if it's total like that. But if you're saying of the, let's say, 80,000 people that come in a given year, 300 total are going, you go, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I could just hang out.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
So Sunak today as well pledged that he would categorically stop all boats Now, I think that is an extremely high bar
Yeah.
to set yourself.
Made a road for his own back.
Yeah. I mean, you can't stop all boats.
Yeah, I mean, even just like the freight traffic alone, that's going to take you so long to organise that. Cruises. How would you stop a cruise? Sorry, it's
Well,
stupid.
with one of those bridge like in Baltimore, I guess.
Was there a revised death? That happened just before I went away. Is there a death toll?
Baltimore.
Yeah, is there a final death toll on that
Oh,
one?
sorry. You want me to find out the death toll of the Baltimore Bridge? Right.
Be good to know.
It'd be good to know.
You want to know if it's safer than Kigali?
Is Baltimore safer than Kigali?
No, surely not.
No way.
No, I don't think so.
There's too many shootings.
Too many shootings in Baltimore.
I don't know why. I don't know. 6 workers. I don't know.
You would have thought it'd be worse than that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it crumbled.
Probably a bit of a dub, if anything. Only 6.
It's a dub.
Well,
6 people died.
no, in terms of the scale of the accident.
Yeah.
You know, if that bridge is full,
Yeah, true, actually.
I mean, you must be talking hundreds of deaths.
Yeah, they radioed ahead to close the bridge, didn't they?
Okay.
Did they?
I think,
said, what,
I think the people on the ship were like, oh, fuck, this is about to happen. And so they were like, close the bridge, close the bridge.
Really?
How far in advance did they? Surely they could have steered away.
I think those ships are so hard to maneuver.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That was the problem with the Titanic. The Baltimore Bridge was in the way of the iceberg. So Sunak today was blaming the Labour Party for stalling the Rwanda plan. They were saying he was fed up of the Labour Party putting up barriers to them getting this legislation through. Which is interesting when you consider that one of the stages, it was actually Robert Jenrick, his own immigration minister, who voted against it. Lee Anderson, who voted against... Oh, no, sorry, did not end up voting against it, but also still defected to the Reform Party.
God, that was a good day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, Ava. The Supreme Court is not part of the Labour Party. I don't think, is it?
Well, it really depends where you're sitting on this, doesn't it? Because,
Does it?
Because, I think Suella Braverman, it's plausible she would say that the Supreme Court was infiltrated by the loony left.
Yeah, sure.
And woke. Lefty lawyers.
Yeah.
They're all lefty lawyers.
But the House of Lords?
Well, it's
Woke.
got more Conservative MPs, but it doesn't have a Conservative majority.
Okay, so
Lefty lords.
also controlled by the Labour Party then, I guess. Am I missing any of the other opposition to this?
Civil service.
Yes.
The woke civil service.
Again, famously Labour Party controlled. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. I get it. Is there any risk that the legislation could be shot down today?
Well, he's going to make them stay there, sit there until it's all the way through.
Because they can do... The Lords has that thing, right? Where if you put the same amendment down twice and it gets rejected again, the bill dies. What's it called? Double thingamajiggy.
Double jeopardy? Made that up.
No, it's not called. It's not called double. It's called double terminus, interminus, something like that. I should know this.
Yeah. So hang on. I don't
Political
know.
editor.
Tune into LBC for more.
The sticking point that they have is defining Rwanda as a safe country, because that's the Lords are following the Supreme Court's advice, and so the Commons can't override either of those things unless the Lords, I don't know, get over it.
Suddenly come to their senses.
Double
And
amendment terminus.
but it will be,
Double insistence.
double insistence. Okay.
Good word. Good phrase. Good knowledge, everybody.
The problem that you're going to have, though, is in say 10 to 12 weeks' time, say hypothetically all of this does go through, without leaving the bloody foreign court, the ECHR, it's going to be very difficult to put someone on a flight. There'll be a lot of charities who will argue their case in court.
But isn't that...
This is what he wants.
That's what he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to make a big fight.
Yeah.
I think ultimately it's less about the actual... It's to be seen to be doing something.
And being hampered by...
Being hampered by the
woke
Labour Party,
civil service.
the House of Lords, civil service, charities, do-gooders.
But he doesn't even
Woke.
want the Rwanda plan. That's the point. He doesn't even want it. He never wanted it. He shot it down when he was Chancellor. He was, he rallied against it for quite some time.
Because it's insane.
Did he call it
Dominic
batshit?
Cummings said that it was meant to be like the sort of the nuclear option, the big red button option. And then he's like, he's basically just got too far in. That he keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, but it's sort of like he's not actually pushing anything because he doesn't actually want it to go through. It'd be disastrous if it did.
I suppose he's literally everything else he's doing that he maybe does have that he does want to do isn't working. Like they're still so far behind in the polls, and so you still think, oh, maybe this will work, even though I fundamentally disagree with it.
I don't.
It's
even
worth
think
risking
it's the whole
that.
thing. I don't.
Do you not think so?
That. I think it's honestly like someone who's just like, I will do this. Lost all sense of himself.
But
they want to tick off those 5 pledges, though, don't they? That they made.
Oh, can you remember what they are?
Well, stop the
Inflation.
boats, inflation 2%.
NHS,
Waiting list. Halved.
2 more. Get Brexit, make Brexit work.
That's Keir Starmer.
Damn it. Well, I think let's go to so you can't really tell them apart. Must be a Brexit one, surely.
Grow the economy. Was that one of them?
I feel like it may have been one of them, yeah.
Halve inflation, grow the economy, get
Yeah.
debt falling, cut NHS waiting lists, and stop the boats.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Conservative Party are to lose ground to reform, like to the right. I think this would appeal to people who perhaps are going to reform from the Tories. I think it's probably is about polling rather than just having to go through like a manic episode of forcing something through.
What's Reform's policy on this? Turn the boats round.
Yeah, it is turn the boats around, isn't it? I think
Nice.
they may have also they wanted to fund the French police as well,
Oh yeah.
which the Tories are already doing.
I like the idea of just like a traffic warden at the standing on the White Cliffs of Dover, like, turn around, pal.
Yeah.
We're full.
Defund the RNLI.
They just go out and puncture all the boats.
The French are doing that. There was a story about that not so long ago, that the French are puncturing the boats while they're in the water. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and there's like 40,
What, like at sea?
yeah, but not that, like far enough out that they're at sea, but far enough in that they could swim back
If they can swim.
That's a big
if they can
risk.
swim. Yeah, it's awful.
That's
it's
high
it's really
stakes.
evil. Yeah,
Fucking hell.
really evil.
Because if, let's just say you were going to puncture the boat, the decent thing would be to puncture it on the beach.
On the beach.
Well, they do that too.
Do they?
Yeah. They're we saw a few pumps, didn't we, on the beach when we were in Calais?
I think so.
No, it was Dunkirk we were in. And then they said, he told us, didn't he, that fixer, that they come with huge, like, sort of machetes and stab the boats. But there's a decathlon that's right by the beach that sells all the boats.
That's the market in action. That's invisible hands.
Yeah. You know,
It just sells boats.
there's some guy there
The
who's
store
doing
manager
stock take.
is like, fucking tennis balls, fuck off.
Yeah.
We just need boats.
No football.
What are you doing?
No footballs here, pal. We've got an onboard motor, though.
Yeah.
Decathlon in the UK. I've never seen anything to do with boats.
No.
Decathlon in France.
Really?
A rib.
Yeah.
It's a regatta store more than anything.
Need a new rudder, pal? I don't know if I'd be able to stab one of those boats. Like physically. If you had a machete,
tough.
if you think about it, not sharp end, like one of the rounded ended machetes, and how the PSI of those boats, do you think you could swing it and it wouldn't just bounce back?
You need to give it some welly. Multiple cuts as well. They're tough. I think like
Because it's not like an inflatable donut, is it? It's
no, but I think there's something like this might be pure. It's completely false. But I'm going to say it anyway.
great.
I think the fin of a porpoise
Porpoise, yeah.
can cut through a rib
What's a porpoise?
like a dolphin thing.
It's like part way between a dolphin and whale.
Okay.
They
It
sort of
can
have
cut
that
through a boat.
rounded.
I think if you
rounded
sail,
nose.
I think if it comes up for air underneath a rib, it like the fin of it could puncture it. Don't fact check this.
You think You think you can say something like that? You know that's the sort of thing that will interest me.
Yes, I need
to know if that's true.
I think I'm 60%.
I don't know if there would be any documented instances of this, even if it was true.
I don't want to say that I could stab the boat because
morally you just wouldn't be able to bring yourself to do it.
when Prime Ministers have to say
that's a better line than what I was going to say. I was like, it's sort of like my football thing where I like to pretend I can't do things because then I don't have to do them. Like using a hammer, for example, changing your tyre.
Weaponised incompetence.
I am weaponising incompetence all the time. I am.
It's good but men get into trouble for it.
Huh?
Men get into trouble for weaponised incompetence.
Yeah, but if you can use it on the black market, then it's all right.
The black market.
Where did you see this story, Ed?
So I think someone told me when I was a child.
That a dolphin.
It might have been my grandpa, who's dead, so don't say anything.
Your granddad told you that a dolphin regularly stops migrants crossing the channel.
No.
By slicing through boats from Decathlon.
And saving them and bringing them to shore.
The French porpoise are doing more to fulfill Rishi Sunak's agenda than the French Guardia.
Because you can...
Guardia?
The guards, the French guards. Because you can train dolphins to do things like that.
Yeah, attack dolphins.
Attack dolphins. They've sabotaged dolphins.
You watch, this is going to end up in like the manifesto.
Minesweeper dolphins.
Yep, dolphins with laser beams attached to their heads.
Well, you probably just need to put like... a machete's probably overkill, to be honest with you, on their backs.
It'd be hard to swim with that as well.
Yeah.
And you could risk killing the dolphin if it detached.
Should we talk about...
And it would sink.
I think it's a lost cause. I think we've got like 5 more minutes of shit talking about this. And
I think we should. Right. I think we can move past it.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No,
having just lied to the audience.
Why did fucking research for about 2 hours?
What did you research?
Why the hell did you spend 2 hours looking at whether porpoises can puncture boats? That's mental.
What did you research?
I'm just reading about the stories that we were going to discuss.
What story did you specifically research? Oh, I saw you looking at Mark Menzies. Do you want to read out the...
I love Mark Menzies.
Why don't you read out...
Sorry, people are saying Menzies, but I thought it was Menzies. I think it probably is Menzies.
Read out the poem.
No, I'm not going to read out the poem I wrote about Mark Menzies. God, this is libelous.
Because I always thought Menzies was like...
Okay. Let's retop this. Let's just back up a little bit. Mark Menzies, MP. He's gone. He's resigned. He's quit. He's not. He's lost the whip, but he said he's not going to stand at the next election. He's gone.
Election.
Yeah. Election.
The next election.
We call them prawns because they look like prawns.
It's a shite.
He strongly denies the allegations that have been made against him.
The allegations are so good.
It is alleged that he called his campaign managers.
Yes.
At about 3 a.m.
She's 78.
Yeah.
You rang a 78-year-old woman.
Asking for $5,000.
Yeah.
Saying that he'd fallen in with some bad people and he needed the money to get out. He was locked in a flat. The woman he originally called said she couldn't give him the money because she was the former campaign manager. So his current campaign manager called him up and he said, "Yep, but it's now £6,500."
They were doing that thing that they do on the stocks. Price, what's it?
The bad men were giving him a countdown.
Bad men, I think he met on a dating app as well. I think is
really,
yeah, where that came from. Anyway,
alleged.
All of this is alleged, and he denies it.
An alleged dating app.
It's alleged because everyone else using it isn't using it for dating.
It's like Pinterest.
It's like Fiverr. I thought this really cost £5.
Costs a lot more.
And then the next day, it then transpires that he wanted $35,000, but that was for medical costs. That's what he said it was for.
Yeah.
And so the allegations are then that also Tory donors, campaign funds were used to fund these things. He denies that. The police are investigating, and I think the Tory party as well have done an internal investigation, but said there wasn't anything wrong with the use of campaign funds.
Because the money didn't go to the party, it went to the MP.
Mm.
Now look, you cannot guarantee when you are donating to an MP that that is going to supply an office manager or whatever. You don't stipulate what they're going to use the money for, right? All you want is to buy influence.
I think can we do a role play of
All right, Mark.
Mark and the campaign manager.
Yes, but just what I will say before we do that is that I think whilst you may not be able to stipulate what the money gets used for, I think you should be able to say, I don't want you to use this
Yeah.
to pay off the bad people you've fallen in with.
Yeah, but if that buys you influence with that MP,
Yeah, sure. So again, this role play, highly fictionalized account.
Oh, entirely.
Mainly because your name is not Mark.
No.
Your name is not.
Caseworker?
Mingus.
Mingus in bio.
Mingus in bio.
Mark Minge is quite a good character name, isn't it?
Mark Minge. Minji.
Mingy, you old bastard! How are you?
Like the worst friend of a friend you know is called Minji.
Okay, so you guys are going to do a role play.
Okay.
You're Mingus.
No, you can be in it, Ollie.
I'll be like the operator. So dial up, you call me up and I'll be connected to
Okay,
you.
we're in 1960s.
Yeah.
So it needs to be an operator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Operator.
No. Come on. It's chords, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, so I have a headset on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Operator, hello.
Oh, I'm in trouble! Oh, a fine mess I've got myself into this time. Oh, well, you've done it again, Minji. 5,000 big ones in the hole. Get me, Agnes.
Connecting.
Ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring.
You need to answer
You
the phone.
just-
It's 3 a.m.
Oh, sorry.
Ring, ring. Oh my god. Ring again. Ring again. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Operator.
You gotta help me. Operator, there's some bad people. And I owe them 5,000 big ones.
Do you need to speak to, sir?
The only person I know who can help me out of any situation and who I know has 5,000 big ones. Get me Agnes.
Very well, sir. Connecting.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Agnes, you gotta do something. I know you got premium bonds. You won big on the horses.
Where are you, Mark?
Oh, with the bad people.
Again?
It's happened again.
I don't work for you anymore, Mark.
Oh, just like everybody, you've abandoned Minji. Oh, I'm all alone.
Can I just say, I think he's Scottish, isn't he? You don't need to be doing an accent. You could just be him.
Who? We're not being anyone.
Sorry, yeah,
I'm being Minji.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Back in. Agnes, you gotta help me.
I don't work for you anymore.
But what about all the good times, like when we were smoking meth in Parliament?
How are we going to publish this?
When we were smoking meth and cruising. Yeah, come on, for your old pal Minji.
If you carry on, I'll tell them what you did on the Baltimore Bridge.
There's no proof of that. Can I have £5,000, please, Agnes?
Are we? No. Ring your other friend.
Okay.
We're not going to carry on with this. That was very good, Ed.
Thank you.
It was good.
Your
I think
amateur
we could cut it
dramatics
earlier.
are superb. Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
I enjoyed that. I feel I'm both. If you want to see more from Minji, let us know. and that was
Ed's playing that character, just to be clear.
That's the name of that character. Any resemblance of anyone in your life is entirely coincidental.
Naturally. Can you just explain one how you pronounce the man's surname? Mingus.
I think it's Mingus.
Mingus.
It's my aunt's maiden name. Is Mingus.
It's a Scottish thing.
Yeah, it's a Gaelic thing. We
But
found
then
out.
why is Menzies Campbell pronounced Ming Campbell? Why has he got a plural?
Is he not Mingus Campbell?
Is he? I thought he was Ming.
Well, his nickname is Ming, but presumably that comes from being first name Mingus.
I feel like we don't use minging as like an adjective anymore.
Mingin.
It's a banger, isn't it? You do actually use it sometimes.
Yeah, I think I do use it. That's
Or-
really
or-
it's minging.
Calling someone a minger, that's also a good insult, isn't it?
Munter.
Munter, that's a
Munter is
throwback.
devastating.
Yeah,
That's-
Munter, yeah.
At school, people used to say munt.
Why? Why? They were too frightened to say cunt?
No, just like it was just shorthand for
Cunt.
for munter.
Ah.
It should be like
I also think in the pantheon of insults, pure fanny and wee fanny.
fanny is a terrible. No one wants to be a fanny.
We've run out of time.
Oh, no.
We genuinely have. We have to finish the episode.
Oh no, Minji's not going to like that.
Cool.
Well, I enjoyed that.
I thought it was good fun. I really enjoyed that.
That was total shite.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'll just wrap it up, shall I?
Yeah.
That is your role.
I've forgotten how to do this. It's been so long. Thank you very much for listening to the Politics Joe podcast. We will see you on the next one.